Yo guys, what is up? Today I'm explaining how you should rest and manage your time in the gym pretty much. I'm gonna explain how many minutes you should be resting in between your sets. It actually all depends on what is your goal, what are you training for, and stuff like that. There's some little details that you might want to find out, and this is how I do it. This is how I've switched my rest time up multiple times throughout my career. Let's not call it career, throughout just my workouts and stuff. And this is where I'm at right now. So basically, I rest 3 minutes in between each set, unless it's a small muscle group. So let's say I'm training back and I'm doing pull-ups, very heavy exercise. It impacts your whole back and your biceps, your forearms. See, a lot of muscle groups engaged. So there, I rest for 3 minutes. But if I'm doing something like bicep curls that can take a lot of work in and stuff like that, I'll be resting only 2 minutes. But that's how long you rest if you're trying to build muscle. So otherwise called as hypertrophy training, hypertrophy. Call it what you want, but that's how you call it. That's how much I rest. 3 minutes if it's multiple muscle groups involved. If it's an isolated movement that involves only one muscle group, like the bicep, then I rest for 2 minutes. If it's like tricep cable pull downs, push downs, whatever it is to do with just one muscle group, I rest for 2 minutes. But if you're trying to improve your muscle endurance and perhaps you're not training for size, maybe you just want to be maybe you just want to have good strength and conditioning. So this is what MMA fighters would do, for example. They would rest only for a minute. They wouldn't go super heavy on the weight as well. They would do quick reps, rest for 1 minute, because they're trying to improve their explosiveness and also their speed and the muscle endurance. So muscle endurance, I mean your muscles don't get tired as much from doing a certain thing multiple times. So let's say you do I don't know, you do 5 kg bicep curls. I don't think anyone would do bicep curls for MMA, but anyways, let's say you're doing bicep curls. You'll be doing 20 reps very quickly, and then you'll rest 1 minute, and then you just do it again. It's lightweight and it's quick, but it really burns your muscles. You know that burning feeling when you're training the muscle? That's what you're trying to achieve, and that's how you train for muscle endurance. It is quite vital in things such as fighting, because you punch all the time, you have your arms up, your arms, your body gets tired, your legs from moving, all of that stuff. Or if you're wrestling, your muscles will get really fatigued quickly. But if you train them up and condition them, you will have greater muscle endurance, and that will be very vital in a matchup. So if you're training for that, then okay, you rest 1 minute, because you're trying to have a lot of pressure on yourself, high paced workout, because that's what's going to be in your competition that you're doing. A sprinter, for example, would do the same thing. He would do these explosive, no, actually, my bad, a sprinter wouldn't do that. So anyways, MMA fighter would train stuff like that to do with muscle endurance, because you have to have good cardio, not just your breath, but also how long your muscles last without being so exhausted that you just can't use them anymore. You can't punch as hard as you used to, as fast, or just you can't keep your hands up at all. So that's not the only thing people do. People also rest for 5 minutes, 4 minutes, so way longer rest time. You're going to say, why would you want to rest that long? Because surely you're not going to get muscle endurance from that, because you're resting for too long, you're not putting enough work in on the muscle. And then isn't that too much rest for your muscles to grow, because you're not putting enough work on them? You could have done the set by then already, after 3 minutes. Why are you waiting 5? This is what powerlifters do. In fact, I think some powerlifters rest even more than 5 minutes. I'm not 100% sure, but probably yes. Why do they do this? Well, because they're only training for strength. So if you're training only for strength and you're doing 5-6 reps on a certain exercise, you will just choose to rest for longer, because you want to come back and lift that super heavy weight and keep putting that emphasis on the muscles throughout heavy lifts. And if you're trying to lift heavy consistently throughout the whole workout and build up strength, you'll be choosing to rest for a while, 5 minutes. Maybe some people prefer to rest for even longer. I can't be 100% sure on that. But yeah, if you're doing super heavy deadlifts, let's say you just did a set of 3, I don't know, 150 kg, you're gonna rest 5+ minutes. You're not gonna rest 2 minutes, because that won't be enough to lift the same amount of weight, and it'll just prevent you from improving your strength. So it all depends on the type of training you do and what you're trying to achieve. What is your goal? So if your goal is just strength, a bit of strength, and obviously the aesthetics, the size, the building of the muscle, 2 to 3 minutes, depending on the certain muscle group that is being trained. It's 2 to 3 minutes of rest. If you're training for explosiveness, conditioning, just all of that stuff, muscle endurance, then boom, there you go. You rest for 1 minute, because you're trying to be fast. You want to have like good stamina and everything. You want to be explosive, quick, and you don't want to get tired quickly, because you really need to use your muscles a lot. Like, they're really engaged and you can't afford to be tired. You rest for 1 minute, because you have to put in all of that hard cardiovascular training work on the muscle, so that it's used to getting tired and being exhausted, and it just lasts longer. So yeah, but if you're training for strength and like powerlifting, stuff like that, you'll do really heavy reps, really heavy weight, and you'll rest for like 5+ minutes. That's just what you do, because you want to come back really strong and complete the same lift, and you're just aiming for strength. Okay, so you don't really care about that muscle size aesthetic or the muscle endurance. You're just trying to be strong in the fact that you can lift heavy weight, and you'll choose to rest for 5+ minutes. So yeah, like I was saying, depends on your training type. Obviously 100%, well, I mean, actually depends, but I think the best one is 2 to 3 minutes. It's a balance of both, and plus you get the biggest reward, which is your aesthetic look, the muscle in you, which is like a big part of why people train. I mean, obviously, me personally, I don't train just to have the muscle. I mean, I don't think a lot of people do, because low-key, just going to the gym, working out, being strong and proud of yourself, and just the feeling of the pump, it's just really nice. You know, it's a good hobby to have. I'm like low-key, well, let's not use the word addicted, it's not really a good word. I like doing it, and I always will do it, I think, because I never get bored. This is just fun, this is quite important, and it's healthy, so there's no bad thing to do with going to the gym. Unless you like have a really bad diet, you're trying to bulk like crazy, dirty bulk, you have a caffeine addiction and stuff like this, that's bad. But nah, going to the gym is good and healthy and fun. I mean, if you're going to the gym just for muscle growth and muscle size, I don't think it'll last long, because like, you just won't. You have to like this to stay consistent. Unless you're like really disciplined and stuff, and you're just here for the muscle, you'll last as long as you need, but I really doubt it. You have to low-key enjoy it. I mean, you probably will. Training is actually fun if you train the way you like. You don't have to force yourself and do the exact programs people tell you to do. All you should do is just listen to facts, what people say, their opinions and stuff like that. Apply them in your workouts, test. If they work for you, that's great, and over time you'll have experience, and then you just mix up your training and have it like you like it, and then it'll be fun. You know, you don't have to always do the exact same exercise people show. You can do a different exercise for a certain muscle group. Just all that matters is if that exercise is really good for the muscle. That's all that matters. So you should put your training like your own way, do the stuff you like, but I think there still should be an exercise that you hate, at least one. You can't be too comfortable. Like, I hate pull-ups, but it's one of the best exercises for the back. I don't have a lat pull-down machine or anything. I'm in a home gym, okay? So I just do the pull-ups every time I'm training back, and I don't complain, because come on, it's a really good and important exercise. You have to do it. Although, like, I may not like it and stuff like that. So that's how you manage your resting time in the gym, and how like, when you work out, how much you should rest. It all depends, but like I say, 2 to 3 minutes, golden middle, if that makes sense. It's just the golden standard for the muscle, the strength, and some of the endurance, all three. Plus, let's be honest, if you're going to the gym and you just like going to the gym, you also want to have the muscle from going to the gym, obviously, okay? And if you rest 2 to 3 minutes, that's what you're going to gain. I don't think strength training is that crazy, unless you're like trying to be a powerlifter and you receive satisfaction from lifting a really heavy weight. Sure, that's cool, that's your opinion. Or you're in the gym, just have some strength and conditioning, boom, you're an MMA athlete, rest for 1 minute, have those intense workouts to just get the muscle prepared for your wars in the octagon and the ring, doesn't matter. So that's what you should be doing. Any other questions, stuff like this, let me know, ask in the comments. Let me know if this video helped you. Thank you for watching, bye bye.